Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Arina if you are new, and if you are coming back, I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, we're gonna do swatching again because I bought a lot during the 11/11 sales from Shopee. So in today's video, as from the title, I'm gonna swatch the FOCALLURE STAYMAX Moisturizing Lip and Cheek Lip Tint Care. I bought all 7 shades. I'm gonna swatch it on my lips, my cheek, and maybe one of the shades on my eyes as well. So if you're interested to know how they look on my medium skin, keep on watching. Before we start off with the swatches, I bought mine from FOCALLURE official store in Shopee, and it is currently 5 ringgit and 90 cents. I'm going to read the description from the box. It says, this moisturizing cheek and lip tint create a natural makeup look. The innovative no fragrance formula contains botanical ingredients which would not irritate skin or lip. Its watery texture provides non-stickiness and lightweight feeling. It is suggested to use on the lips by applying onto the lips and layering to build intensity. For the cheeks, dot and blends quickly onto cheeks. So it does says quickly, so maybe it is a fast drying product. I'm gonna start swatching with the shade 01 Berry Juice. I haven't showed you guys the inside yet. So it comes like this. It's in a plastic tube, and I'm gonna assume it is a doe food like a typical liquid lipstick would have. And I'm gonna start with this shade 01. So while waiting for this to dry down, I'm gonna apply it on the cheeks. And I am going to use one of my sponges. I have a lot of sponges in here in case I don't want them to have like color cross contamination. So I'm gonna apply it right from the doe foot onto my cheek, dot it, and then I'm gonna take my sponge. This one is the original beauty blender, and blend it out because it does say it dries quickly. So I haven't set my foundation on the cheek area. Kinda hard to blend. Maybe I should use my finger instead. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use my finger. Okay, this is what the shade 01, which is Berry Juice, look on my lid. Honestly, not very familiar with liquid blushes, so don't judge my technique or the way I apply it. I just want you guys to focus on the shade itself and also the formulation, whether it dries down quickly or it's cracky or something like that. Focus on that. Don't focus on my technique because I am not a pro with liquid blushes. I think this formula works well when you blend it with your finger instead of the sponge. I find that using a sponge, it doesn't want to spread out the product evenly onto the cheek area. Right now, it feels sticky because, like I said, I haven't set my foundation. And most probably, what I will do for me, I will definitely set it with a powder blush that have a similar color with this shade. So that's what I will do. If you have a dry skin type, maybe you just want to leave it like this. Depends on your preference. But the formula doesn't look too luminous or too dewy. So I think you can get away without setting it. And for the lips, I think it's already dried down. I still feel like a slight stickiness. This formula does reminds me of the L'Oreal Rouge Signature Liquid Lipstick, which is this one. This is one of my favorite formula ever because it is lightweight. It has a thin formula. At the same time, it will last throughout the day on the lips. So it is transfer proof, and also, of course, nowadays we have to wear a mask. Let's try this on the eyes. For the eyes, I'm going to use a sponge because I feel like if I use my finger, I'm going to be heavy-handed with it. So one dot, and I'm going to use a baby sponge. This is also from Beauty Blender. Even though on the box it doesn't say you can use it on the eyes, but in the description on their Shopee official store, it does say it is safe to use on the eyes as well because formula is made from botanical ingredient or something like that, and also it doesn't have fragrance. Maybe they assume that it is safe. Yeah, this is what it looks like on the eyes. I love that you get a sheer wash of color. It can act as a base before you apply eyeshadow because it does have that stickiness, and also it does give the lid some color. So this is the shade 01. Okay, I did remove the first shade, and I forgot to tell you guys, today I'm wearing the Pink Flash Matte Foundation again, just to retest it and formulate my final thoughts. I will update my final thoughts in the description on my review for this foundation, so you can click on here to check it out. The second shade is O2 Pumpkin Lantern. I'm gonna assume it is in an orange or a pumpkin shade. So this is what it looks like. Okay, it's like a strawberry shade, and the previous lip shade does dries down to matte and the stickiness does subside. So this is the shade. It's pretty, it's bright. I'm gonna apply it on this cheek. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the cheeks. I'm gonna apply it on the eyes now. Okay, this is what the shade O2, which is Pumpkin Lantern, looks on my lips. It definitely has that red base. The next shade is O3 Apple Candy. I'm gonna leave the previous shade on my cheeks just to compare them. And this is Apple Candy. Have a similar tone like the previous shade but less brighter. So I'm gonna directly apply it. So this is the shade Apple Candy. So on the lips, I can see a difference with the previous shade. Like the Orange Lantern has a bit more like that strawberry red shade, whereas this one, the red shade is a bit deeper. But on the cheeks, you can't really tell a difference. It looks similar on the cheeks. Same goes to the eyes, but if you look closer, this one has like a pinkier strawberry tone, whereas this one has stronger red tone, if you know what I mean. The next shade is O4 Strawberry Mousse. This is what it looks like on the lips. Am I the only one who feels like the shades that I've tried almost all have the same tone? Like they are like twins. So I'm gonna apply on this cheek. This one definitely looks more pigmented, and also on the eyes. Yeah, this one definitely looks a lot more pigmented than the previous shade. This is again in the shade Strawberry Mousse. Again in the shade Cherry Cake. This one has more of that purpley undertone, not as red or as pink as the previous shades. So you can see it side by side. This is the previous shade, which is the Cherry Cake. It has more of that apple red tone, whereas this one is purpley tone. So if you are a purple fan, maybe this is for you. So far from the shades that I have swatched, the formula feels the same and also performs the same, the blending wise. This is again in the shade Cherry Cake. Okay, we are now on the second last shade, which is O6 Peach Jam. I think the only orange or peachy shade we have from this collection. Okay, this is the shade Peach Jam. It's definitely the sheerest out of all the other shades that I have tried. The pigmentation is not as saturated as the other shades, but I'm going to wait until it's dry down, almost matte, and then I'm going to try to build up the pigment, because it does say on the box that you can build it up. So let's put on the cheeks. I think this color is more forgiving than the other colors that we have swatched. So if you are heavy-handed like me, maybe go for this shade instead of the other shades. Yeah, this shade is definitely right up my alley. I prefer my blusher or my lip shade to be like more on the nude brown shade rather than red pink shades. So yeah, this is my favorite so far. Okay, I think I'm going to try to build up the pigment on the lips, because it doesn't dry down completely matte yet, but just can't wait. Yeah, I think you can build it up slightly, but you still will see your, like me, I have a dark lip pigment. You will still see your lip pigment peeking through with this shade. And this is again in the shade Peach Jam. Okay, the last shade I'm gonna swatch is 07 Orange Soda. Okay, this is the shade Orange Soda, also right up my alley. It is not as sheer as the Peach Jam shade, but it is more on the sheer side compared to other shades. So this is what the shade Orange Soda looks on my lips. You can compare it side by side. This side is Peach Jam and this side is Orange Soda. They don't have any significant difference if you look closely. Like this one maybe look slightly a bit more reddish, like still on the orangey tone, but it leans to red, but this one leads to orange. And finally, I'm gonna finish up my makeup and I will give you my thoughts and review on this product. Okay guys, I finished up my makeup and let's wrap up my thoughts on this product. First of all, it is very user-friendly, easy to apply, easy to use, and the formula, like I said, it's very liquidy, very light and thin formula. If you have tried the L'Oreal Rouge Signature, you will be familiar with this formula. It's watery and you really have to wait a while for it to dry down completely matte. If you love to do ombre lips, maybe this is for you. Dab it with your finger, but for me, I prefer a full lip and I really am not that experienced with ombre lips. Only one of the formula doesn't have the same consistency as the others, which is the 06 Peach Jam. This is the sheerest shade out of them all, but if you don't like full pigment on your lips, you would like to build up the pigment of the product, shade 06 is for you. And my favorite so far is definitely the orangey and peachy shade, which is these two shades, 06 and 07, even though the consistency are not the same. The other shades look the same to me except for that purpley shade. I think it is the shade, I can't remember. On the cheeks for me, it blends easily using my finger than a sponge. It does dries down quickly on the cheeks but not on the lips. I already set these blushes with a powder blush and I still can see some luminosity, maybe because of my bright lights. For the longevity, I can't give you my thoughts yet on that. Maybe I will update you guys in future, inshallah. This is just my first impression. This product is cruelty free, has 12 grams of products in it, and it is good for 24 months. So I think that's it for today's video. I hope it is helpful for you guys. If you were to pick up any of this shade, let me know in the description box below. So far I'm liking it and I will test it out more in future, inshallah. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, because I do a lot of makeup first impression, makeup review, makeup hauls and makeup tutorial. Take care and I hope I see you guys in my next one. Bye. Assalamualaikum.